guys! This is Mama Lu. Welcome back to my YouTube channel! Bago ang lahat, gusto kong magpasalamat sa lahat ng nanood ng first video lesson ko sa Mathematics for Grade 8. Yan yung Common Monomial Factoring. Sa lahat ng mga nagbigay ng positive comments, sa mga nakatataba ng pusong comments, maraming salamat sa inyo. At sa lahat naman na nagre-request for my next video, eto na po. So guys, for today's video, nakafocus tayo sa dalawang topics. Factors of difference of two squares at saka yung factors of the sum and difference of two cubes. So bakit pinagsama ko yung dalawang topics na yan? Kasi pareha silang binomial. Okay, so let's start first with factors of difference of two squares. Factoring the difference of two squares is a special type of factoring. And that is a problem that is often used in mathematics. Kung maaalala nyo, dun sa lesson nyo ng first year, nung kinuha nyo yung product of the sum and difference of the same two numbers. Let's say, for example, x plus y times x minus y. So, ang product niyan ay x squared minus y squared. So, the product is a difference of two squares. So, conversely, if you're looking for the factors of x squared minus y squared, which is a difference of two squares, ang factors niya ay sum and difference of the same two numbers. So, again, if you're looking for the factors of x squared minus y squared, which is a difference of two squares. So the factors should be the sum and difference of the same two numbers. Na kung saan kinuha yon, the square root of the first term here, x squared is x. The square root of the second term here, y squared is y. So the factors are x plus y, x minus y. So these are the factors of a difference of two squares. The sum and difference of the same two numbers. Pero mag-practice muna tayo sa pagkuha ng square root. Kasi yung ibang estudyante, nahihirapan sila sa pagkuha ng square root ng isang number. So let's say for example, pinakukuha sa yung square root ni x to the fourth. What is the square root of x to the fourth? So the square root, the root of x to the fourth is x squared. Why? Because x squared, quantity squared, is equal to x to the fourth. Okay? Remember, yung laws of exponents natin, the power of a power. Di ba you have to multiply the powers? So you have x squared, quantity squared, is equal to x to the fourth. Another one, if you have 16b to the sixth, you're asked to get the square root of 16b to the sixth. The square root of 16 is 4. What about b to the sixth? What is the square root of b to the sixth? So, para makakuha ka ng b to the sixth, so it must be b cubed. Okay, so 4b cubed squared is equal to 16b to the sixth power. Because 3 times 2 is 6. So this is your square root. Okay, so let's say for example, you're asked to factor the following polynomials completely. So number 1, you have 20s squared minus 45t squared. So, first step na dapat nyong gawin dyan, hanapin nyo muna kung merong common monomial factor. Remember, dun sa first video ko, factoring by getting the common monomial factor. So, tingnan natin, may common factor ba? Yun ang unang tanong, may common factor ba? So, let's look at the numerical coefficients. We have 20 and 45. Hanapin natin yung GCF nila. So, 20, 45. So, nag-e-end siya sa 0 and 5. So, they are divisible by 5. Okay. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 45 divided by 5 is 9. So, one is an even number. The other one is an odd number. So, meron bang number na pwede pang mag-divide sa kanilang dalawa? Is there any number, prime number, that can divide the two numbers? Okay. So, wala na. Hindi pwedeng i-divide ng 2 because 4 is divisible by 2 but 9 is not. Not by 3 because 9 is divisible by 3 but 4 is not. So, the common factor is 5. So, let's get the common factor na 5. And then, divide each term here by the common factor. 20s squared divided by 5 is 4s squared. Minus 45t squared divided by 5 is 9t squared. You will notice here that one of the factors is a difference of 2 squares. Bakit naging difference of 2 squares? Tingnan natin yung square root ng first term. 4s squared. Ano yung square root ng 4s squared? So it must be 2s. What about 9t squared? So we have 3t. So since it is a difference of 2 squares, so pwede mo siyang i-factor. At ang factors niya ay sum and difference of the same two numbers. Yun nga yung square root niya. So we have 2s plus 3t, 2s minus 3t. And then you bring down the other factor, which is 5. So these are the factors, the complete factors of 20s squared minus 45t squared. Okay, now let's take the second example. We have 243x to the fourth minus 48y to the fourth. Ano na nga yung unang question natin kapag tayo ay nagfa-factor? Okay, hindi ba yun yung is there a common monomial factor? Tingnan natin kung may common monomial factor ba siya. May x, may y. So, walang common factor sa variables. Let's look at 243 and 48. Now, if you look at the factors, this ends with 3, this one ends with 3, this one is 8. This one is divisible by 2. 48 is divisible by 2. But not this one because this is an odd number. Now, tingnan natin kung meron pang ibang prime number na pwedeng mag-divide sa 243 at 48. Okay, let's try 3. How do you know that a number is divisible by 3? Let's look at 243. Let's add the digits. Diba, a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 3 is 9. And 9 is divisible by 3. So therefore, 243 is divisible by 3. What about 48? What is the sum of the digits? So it must be 12. 12 is divisible by 3, so therefore 48 is divisible by 3. So we divide by 3, so this is 243 divided by 3 is 81. What about 48 divided by 3? 48 divided by 3 is 16. Okay. So another even, odd. Let us see if divisible, not divisible by 2, of course. Let us see if this is divisible by 3. 81. That's 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 is divisible by 3, yes. What about 16? Okay, that's 7. 7 is not divisible by 3, so not divisible by 3. So, another 3 is not a common factor. So, hindi by 3, hindi by 2, hindi by 5. So, no other prime numbers can divide 81 and 16. Therefore, the common factor of 243 and 48 is 3. Okay? So, we have here 81 x to the 4th minus, okay, 48y to the 4th divided by 3, 16y to the 4th. Okay, now, let us see if we can still factors. We can still factor our factor here. Let's look at 81x to the 4th. 81 is a perfect square. What is the square root of 81? That must be 9. What about x to the 4th? The square root is x squared. Okay, what about 16y to the 4th? The square root of 16 is 4. The square root of y to the 4th is y squared. And it is a difference of 2 squares. So therefore, can be factored as 9x squared plus 4y squared times 9x squared minus 4y squared. Sum and difference of the same two numbers. Let's bring down 3 here. Now, let's look at the factors. Are they completely factored? You will see that you have here a sum of 2 squares. You have here a difference of 2 squares. So, let's see if we can still factor this. 9x squared, the square root is 3x. 4y squared, the square root is 2y. Okay, so this is a difference of 2 squares. So the factors, this can be factored. So the factors are 3x plus 2y, 3x minus 2y. And bring down the other factor, 9x squared plus 4y squared. Then the other factor is 3. Okay, so these are the complete factors of 243x to the 4th minus 48y to the 4th. Okay, so let's try another example. Factor this polynomial. 5a cubed minus 2a squared x minus 5ax squared plus 2x cubed. You will notice that this polynomial consists of 4 terms. So, hindi ba kapag may 4 terms, ang ginagawa natin, we factor by grouping. So, we combine all the terms na pwedeng may common factor. Okay, so let's try to combine 5a cubed kasi dito at saka negative 5ax squared. You will see that may common factor na 5 at may common factor na a. Okay, so putting them in a group, we have 5a cubed minus 5ax squared. And then the other group will be minus 2a squared x, and then this is positive 2x cubed. So you have to change the sign. It becomes negative 2x cubed because of the presence of a negative sign here. Okay, now let's look at the first group. What is the common factor? The common factor is 5. Yes, there's a 5 here. Another one is a. Okay, now dividing each term here. So 5a cubed divided by 5a is a squared minus 5ax squared divided by 5a, and that is x squared. Okay, now the second group, what must be the common factor? You have 2. Okay, 2 is a common factor. You do not have an a here, so a is not. Then you have x, because you have x and x cubed. Okay, 2a squared x divided by 2x is a squared minus 2x cubed divided by 2x is x squared. Okay, now you will see that from these factors, you have a squared minus x squared, which is a difference of 2 squares. Okay, so still that can be factored. So we have a plus x, the square root of a squared is a, the square root of x squared is x. A plus x times a minus x as the factors of this factor. Okay, minus, you bring down the 2x, and then this is a difference of 2 squares. So the factors are a plus x, a minus x. And then you don't forget to bring down the 5a here. Okay, now, we have here 2 terms. Okay? Do you think there is a common factor? Yes, there is a common factor again. We have a plus x. Okay, a plus x here. You have a minus x here. So the common factor is a plus x, a minus x. Then we divide the first term by the common factor for you to get 5a. Okay, minus 2x, a plus x, a minus x, divided by a plus x, a minus x. So we have minus 2x. So these are the complete factors of this polynomial. Okay, so let's try another one. Factor 3mx squared minus 3m plus 3mxy plus 3my. Now, this polynomial again has 4 terms, so we will factor by grouping first. So if we group the first and the second terms, so we have 3mx squared minus 3m. Kasi meron siyang common factor which is 3m, no? So grouping the first 2 terms and then the last 2 terms, we have 3mxy plus 3my. You will see that meron silang common factor which is 3my. Okay, now, with the first group, since ang common factor niya ay 3m, so 3m's x squared divided by 3m is x squared minus 3m divided by 3m is 1 plus the common factor here is 3my. Okay, 3my. So 3mxy divided by 3my is x plus 3my divided by 3my is 1. Okay, now, this is a binomial, okay? We have 2 terms. But if you look at the first term here, we have x squared minus 1, which is obviously a difference of 2 squares. So, pwede pa yang i-factor. So, ang factors niya ay
x, the square root of x squared, plus 1, the square root of 1. X minus 1. We have here 3m. Plus, okay, wala nang pwedeng i-factor dito, so ibaba mo lang siya. We have 3my x plus 1. Okay, so ano ba yung nakikita natin na common factor nila? Okay, so this is the first term, this is the second term. Ano yung common factor? So we have 3 here, we have m. Okay, we have 3m as one common factor. Another common factor na meron siya, we have x plus 1. Okay, x plus 1 is another common factor. So 3m, x plus 1, x minus 1 divided by 3m, x plus 1. So we have x minus 1. Okay, plus 3my x plus 1 divided by 3m x plus 1. So we have y. Okay, so let us write the factors. So this is equal to 3m times x plus 1 and then x minus 1 plus y. Or pwede mo rin siyang isulat as 3m times the quantity x plus 1 times x plus y minus 1. So guys, I'm sorry but I have to end this video. Hindi ko na po maituloy isa pang topic, yung sum and difference of two cubes kasi medyo maingay na sa labas. But I hope I can finish it until tomorrow. So guys, thank you for watching and good day!